Right, we're back with another Rocky, Creed VR boxing. I said we're going to do some fighting this time, but before I do that I just want to show you this, because this is something for the movement. It's the advanced movement, Movement Plus, which does get rid of the problem of moving around the ring a little bit. Instead of swinging your arms and pointing backwards and stuff, when you're in the ring, if you hold the move buttons down and just roll your hands, you go forward. Back pedal, you go backwards. That is a hell of a lot easier. The trouble is, you can only use this movement in the ring. Outside the ring it doesn't seem to work. Whether I'm doing something wrong, I'm not sure, but again, you go sideways, it does sideways. So when you're in a fight, you can sort of just move around that little bit better. But what I found is even better though, is actually using this square that you've got, because you can walk all around this square. Because one thing I have found when I tried the fighting is the computer opponent is right in your face, and it's just a bit suffocating, and you can't sort of pick shots off and stuff because he's right in your face. And I mean, it's an arcade game, and it really ended it. It's not real boxing sim. But I found if you stay here and just take a step back, in fact you could take 2 steps back, you can get that distance. Again though, he'll close that gap really quickly though. I don't know whether there's other fighters that have got a different style and they stand off you more and you can go in, but you've just got to use this space. You've got to use that square and move around it. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that before we go into a fight. But I'll just finish this tutorial. Walk into the square, exit ring, yep. But like I said, now look, if I go backwards I still go forward. You can't do it out at ring, which is stupid because that's actually a better way of walking. But yeah, I've tried the fights. I mean, it's good. It's not as satisfying. The fights aren't as satisfying though as it in the heavy bag. I don't know if it's because of the noise and you can't hear the connections, because it's got a really good sound when you hit that bag and you get the little force feedback. Doesn't seem to be the same. Choose your fighter. We'll go with Rocky. I'm guessing that is going to be when Creed 2 comes out, and that'll be Drago's son, I think. It'd be nice to have Drago in there as well, so you could have Rocky against Drago. But we'll have Rocky, and we'll go against. I've not looked at fight rules. What's fight rules? Disable rounds. Skip intro. Ah, difficulty setting. I didn't know that. I've got it on pro. I didn't know that. I'll just leave that. We'll go with him because it's easiest this week. Let's have a prop stadium. But yeah, it keeps resetting it. Holding option button down on this game, I don't know why. But it's good. I mean, the fact is, you can punch wherever you want. It's not like he has an attack, then he defends, and you've got to try and fight. You can, if there's a gap there to it, you can hit it. And I mean, this is brilliant. I mean, just in crowd. I don't know how I'm Rocky and I'm being trained by Rocky, but this is one at weaker stadiums as well. I think there's bigger sort of arenas and stuff like that to do. But so basically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand right at edge so that I've got room to back up. You do get caught up on it though. It's not like you can be really patient picking your shot.
Just above the belt and inside the ring. Ready? The fight starts as soon as you touch gloves.
It's fight time.
Right, so we can stand back. Stand back. In with a jab. This is it now. He's right up on me, and I'm sort of backing me square, and you can't get away. You can move backwards.
Delivering an absolutely devastating blow to his opponent.
Blocking is quite easy. If you just hold your hands up, it's not getting through. So I found if you hold one near your stomach and hold one near your head, it don't really get through. But again, whether or not it's just the AI.
Balboa catches his opponent right where it hurts.
Again, we can move around.
Perfect hit from Balboa.
Try and sort of move, try and dodge punches instead of like just blocking. But it gets too close. already starting to get out of breath.
Balboa drives a hard punch right to his opponent. And Balboa slams into his opponent.
Boom. But yeah, for a boxing fan, a boxing VR game, it's good.
Really showing off his
It's not
power
perfect.
with that blow.
I mean, I'd love to see what EA could do with like a Fight Night, a proper AAA company making a boxing game. Because this is just a little studio, and this is what they've managed to do.
Balboa slams hard into his opponent. Balboa catches his opponent with a clean shot.
Oof.
Stands firm, looking steady.
Run. Press triangle, turn round, get back into it.
Balboa looks like he's going for the knockout.
2, 3,
It's a workout. I mean, you're not going to be playing this game for 2 hours.
6.
Balboa fires off a solid punch at his opponent.
Used a bit too much stamina. It seems to be easy to block.
Scores a quick hit, but a light touch like that isn't about to knock anyone out. A hard punch from Balboa. Balboa was lucky there wasn't another minute in that round. Hopefully, he can bring it back.
Get to the edge of me square.
Ooh, a hard hit from Balboa.
There it is. Victory. I mean, you can't fault it. You really can't fault it. Like I said, it's... Compare it to like Knockout League, which is just basically punch out. You are picking your shots. The only thing I've got the sort of issue with is the... You seem to, if you hold an hand there and hold an hand there, I'm not sure if a computer will ever get through. I mean, you should be able to get this side. I don't know. You're only going to find that out when you're playing PvP, because obviously the AI's got its own set programming and stuff like that. But then again, you could put it on championship setting, and he might find gaps. But yeah, jeez, out of breath. But yeah, for me, like I said, don't take it as a AAA game. Take it as a little studio, and what they've done is fantastic. It does feel like, when I imagined VR boxing, this is what I imagined. Tracking's 1-to-1. Like I said, you don't feel the weight of the punches as you do when you're in that heavy bag. But then again, it might be because of music playing and stuff like that, and you can't hear the thud. Or maybe I just need to turn sound effects up on punches so that you can feel power on it. But yeah, you can, I mean, like I said, for someone that's just started doing a bit of boxing, I'm using what I've sort of learned, and it works. I'd love to see how this goes on against somebody in PvP that's not got any boxing experience and they're just banging away, because you do that, you get tired. You do really have to sort of like wait for an opening, pop some shots out. It don't really matter how hard you hit. I mean, I'm just putting more effort in than what I should really do, but that's just because if this can get me a bit more fitter while I'm playing, then that's all good. Have a look at this. I landed 83 punches. Opponent's attack received, only got hit 17 times, knocked him down 3 times. You blocked 70% of my shots. Opponent attack defending, so my defense is pretty good. But then again, like I said, it is pretty easy. We'll close that. But yeah, I just wanted to short fight this time. This will be a lot shorter video. And I'm still just as pleased, do you know what I mean? Breath. It's just proper, I mean, it's like, I've set it up now, and it's like, how many more matches can I have before it's like, I'm tired out. Whole headset's starting to fog up. But yeah, and we've got other stuff. I've not really tried any of these. Montage, I'm not really sure what that is. Exercises, that just must be like, I'm just wondering where the real game is then. Oh, because I've got it on free play. Exercises. Alright, yeah, so it is just going through all training things, isn't it? But again, you'll be exhausted after some of these. Have a look at montage, I don't know what that is. Prove yourself against... So it's just the individual fights. I don't know what difference is between that and free and fight. Change gyms. Not actually looked at that gym yet, but that's Mickey's gym. Hang on then, which one's... Oh, that's what we're in now then, in front, then Mickey, that's Mickey's gym. Let's go back to the main menu. I think when you pick on the proper game, you work through the training and the fights together. Now we've got the PvP. I've not tried that yet. I want to actually just get more used to controls, because get a bit more used to it. Audio, so yeah, maybe it's a case of turning music down and sound effects up, knocking all them down a little bit. Controls, credits, yeah, that's about it then. Yeah, so then career, like I said, it'll just go through the training and the fights one by one. But yeah, so now I've done the training, done the fights. I haven't tried the PvP, but again, I'm happy with what I've got so far. I'd highly recommend it for any boxing fan. Controls seem to be sweet. Training's good, fights are good. Even if PvP shit, I mean, it's still worth it for me. So this is another video from TNT. We're now Tekken out.